In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can look hot doing very simple, basic movements. If you struggle with it and you feel like you need more help, maybe you're uncomfortable on the dance floor, just like my client Lisa, who used to dance like this, and just after weeks inside my online program, this is how she's dancing now. If you're interested in a similar transformation, stay tuned till the end of this video. I will tell you how we can work together inside my online program. The first movement we're going to switch up completely will be a walk in place. So yeah, you can dance like that. It's nice, groovy, but kind of boring. So we're going to add more hips to it. With every single step, I want you to swing the hip towards the foot that you're putting down. So it will look like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, and it will be pretty fast, but we'll start slow. 2, 1, 2. What I'm doing here essentially is a hip swing or dip. I taught this one before on my channel, but it's essentially just bring the hip to the other side in that U-shape motion. And now we're just adding footwork to it. You can either start this move with the hips and then add the feet, or you can start with the step in place and then add the hip swing, whichever works. But notice that I have the knees slightly bent the entire time, because if you're walking with straight legs, the hips won't swing. You won't be able to create that shape. So we need to have nice little knee bend, and then it's much easier to move the hip in that motion. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's our first move. The second movement that we're going to create a new variation of will be a very popular hip roll. So I'm sure you know this one. It's just going around and around with the knees bent. This is a quite boring looking hip roll. So the first thing we'll adjust here is we'll adjust the pace. The first one will be slower. We'll take 2 beats for one hip roll. You're going to start pretty much from whichever angle, but you're going to go all the way around once. So beat 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So the next 2 rolls take 1 beat each. They're twice as fast. So again, we have 1, 2, quick, quick. The quicker rolls, they can be smaller because you don't have that much time anymore. So again, we have 1 slow, 1, 2, quick, quick, and then again, 1, 2, quick, quick, one more time, slow, and quick, quick. So that already makes the hip roll look totally different. You're not just going with the same pace over and over. That's one thing we can change here. The second is adding the arms. The arms will always transform every movement. So as I'm rolling the hip, no matter if I do the slow version or the fast one, I'm going to be slowly just raising the arms up, and that's all you need to do. It will transform this movement. So again, we have slow, I already start raising the arms, and then 2 quick ones. I can have the arms already in the air. You can hold hands, you can just kick them up, whatever feels good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 1, 2. The last movement that we'll do is we'll take 1 knee at a time variation. So this is a nice little groove in place. Again, it is a move. You can do that on the dance floor, but it kind of looks bland, I would say. So what we'll change here is, first of all, we'll add a little heel tap to it. So we'll have a little accent with the heel, which goes down on every beat. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and then we need the hips. So every single time my heel goes down, the opposite hip will roll to the back. I'll do it slowly. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. What does this hip move remind you of? Can you recognize it? It's pretty much our figure 8, which is a super popular movement, and I taught it before. I will link the tutorial below this video so you can learn it. But essentially what the hips are doing is you rotate them back and you just connect them in the middle. So you start kind of diagonally forward, hip goes back, you switch it, you start diagonally forward and you go back. It's just now also connected to the heel and what the heel is doing, right? So let's try again. We'll start with the feet. Actually, no, let's start with the knees. That's easier. So we have one knee forward at a time. I'll do it slowly, get used to this movement. If you keep one leg straight and one knee bends, it creates that shift in the hips. It looks like I'm pushing one hip up. Actually, it goes up on its own. So it will tell us which hip we have to move to the back, right? It's like a little marker. So the hip that's up, that's the one you will rotate to the back. Back, back, you see that? 1, 2, 1, 2. It's not the easiest move. There is a lot going on because you're moving the knees, the feet, the hips, and then also, don't hate me, but I would add the arms here just to make this move look even smoother, but you don't have to. It will look good anyway. But I encourage you to experiment with the arms. All kinds of different smooth arm movements will work with this one. I will post the link below to the tutorial on arms that I did before. I'm sure you'll find something that works nicely with this new move. And just to show you the difference, this was before and this is after. Much different. Let's start with the first move, our walk in place. That was the basic version, the boring one. And then add the hip swinging, side to side. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Second move, hip roll. Slow, quick, quick. 1, 2, quick, quick. Good, and our last movement. Let's start with the knees. Push one at a time, add the heel, down, 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 down. Notice which hip is up and push that hip to the back. I'll slow it down, there's no beat now. We can match it to the melody, doesn't have to be on beat, so we can go slower. And then back to the beat. 1, 2, 1, 2. Push. 2, the back with each heel down. Some arms. If you're uncomfortable dancing in different social situations, you tend to avoid the dance floor, you don't like the way you look dancing, I can help. Inside my online program, Confidence Through Dance, I help adults go from the sidelines to actually thriving in social dance situations by building their dance skills and their confidence to enjoy themselves on the dance floor. In the past 18 years, my system helped students like, for example, Monica, go from very self-conscious and rigid on the dance floor to now looking like this.
How long has it been since you held me?
Or students like Gail go from unsure what to do on the dance floor, no moves, no skills, to freely expressing herself to her favorite songs. Below this video you will find a link where you can book a free consultation with me, and let's see if we can work together inside my online program, Confidence Through Dance. And also below you'll find a link to my free 45-minute training where I'm spilling my secrets on how you can become confident dancing in social settings, so check it out.
Stay. He gives me good loving, something that I never thought existed. I know what I need, ain't gonna lie. I know what I want, speaking my mind.